Good morning, children. Welcome back to class 11 microeconomic class. How are you, children? I hope all you are fine. So, today we are going to start a new chapter. In previous chapter, we studied behavior of consumer to change in price of the commodity, that is demand. And demand side representing the buyer's point of view. But in a market, both buyer and producer are important. Therefore, after studying consumer behavior, we now need to focus on producer behavior. So, our new chapter is producer behavior and supply. So, let's start our video. So, children, the chapter is titled as Producer Behavior and Supply, and this is the third chapter. In this chapter, we have to study production function, concept of cost, concept of revenue, producer equilibrium, and the theory of supply. So, first let us start with production function. So, before studying about production function, we should know about some basic concept related to production. Okay. So, there are some basic concepts that related to production. They are, first one, production. What do you mean by production? It is the process of making goods or product from raw material, or it is the transformation of input into output. So, what is the production? Production is the process of producing goods and product. Okay. So, production means any process that transforms one commodity into another. That is the transformation of input into output. Then, who is the producer? A person who produces goods or product is known as producer. Okay. Or otherwise we can say the person who engaged in the process of production is known as producer. Okay. So, a producer performs very important function of converting input into output. So, in the production, the input and output are very important. So, the production function is the expression of functional relationship between input and output. Okay. So, the functional relationship between input and output is known as production function. Okay, next we are moving on to the factors. To produce a commodity, a producer make use of fixed factor and variable factor. Factor means the raw material, then other input is known as factors. So, it can be classified into fixed factor and variable factor. These are the two factors. Producer uses these two factors for the process of production. So, first one, fixed factor. What do you mean by fixed factor? This refers to those factors whose quantity cannot be changed in the short run. Okay. In the short run, it cannot be changed. The quantity of fixed factor cannot be changed. Then cost of fixed factor do not vary directly with output. That is, this do not change whether the level of output increase, decrease or become zero. It is fixed. It cannot vary or do not vary according to the output. If output increase or decrease or there is no production, the producer have to pay the cost of fixed factors. So, such factor is known as fixed factor. The unchanged factor is known as fixed factors. For example, building, plant and machinery, permanent staff and land. These are the example for fixed factor. Then it do not vary directly with output, and also the quantity cannot be changed in short run. In short run, a producer cannot build or cannot buy a plant and machinery. Okay. So, that is the fixed factor. The next is variable factor. This refers to those factors whose quantity can be changed in the short run. If we can change the quantity of a factor, that factor is termed as variable factor. We can change the quantity of factors. Then cost of variable factor vary directly with output. So this increase when output increases or decrease when output decreases and are zero when there is no output. That means if there is no production, the production is nil, the cost of variable factor is also zero. If production increases, the cost of variable factor increases. Then if production decreases, the cost of variable factor decreases. Then if there is no production, there is no variable factor. There is no cost of variable factors. That is known as variable factors. For example, raw material. The raw material is needed only at the time of production. If there is no production, there is no need of raw materials. So, the cost of raw material is nil when the production is zero. Or if there is no production, the cost of raw material is zero. Then transportation, then casual labor, etc. These are the example of variable factors. Then next we are moving on to the next concept, that is time dimension. In production process, time is very important. So there are three types of periods or three types of time dimension. First one, very short period, or it otherwise known as market period. So here this time period is too short that production cannot be increased. That is, no factor is variable. Here the both factor is fixed, because in this shorter period producer cannot be changed or cannot be increased the quantity of factors. So here the both factors are fixed. Then in this case the production function is Q is equal to function of x1 and x2. Here the blue line indicate there are fixed. Okay, there are constant. There is no change in factor x1 and factor x2. Then next is short period. In this time period, production can be increased only by increasing the variable factor. Fixed factor remain constant. That means there is increase in production only because of increase in one factor. Another factor is fixed. In our production function, Q is equal to f of x1, x2. Here x1 is variable factor and x2 is fixed factor. If producer want to increase the production, he can only make changes in x1 because it is variable factor. Then x2 cannot be vary. That's why it is fixed factor. Then next is the long period. In long period, during this time, production can be increased by increasing the quantity of fixed and variable factor both. In other words, there is no distinction between fixed and variable factor. That is, all the factors are variable in the long run. So here production function is Q is equal to f of x1, x2. Then both are variable factor. There is no fixed factor because in long run that gives producers adequate time to vary all the input used to produce a goods. So he get enough time to change the quantity of factors, both fixed and variable factor. That's why the quantity of x1 and x2 are varying. That's why there is no fixed factor, fixed input. Both are variable. Both factors are variable in long run. So in very short period, both factors are fixed. Then in short period, one factor is variable, another factor is fixed. Then in long period, both factors are variable. Okay, students. So these are the basic concepts related to production function. So in the next class, we will discuss about the meaning, then the important concept about the production function, etc. So I am going to wind up today. So you have to watch the URL, attend the test paper and download your notes, and don't forget to do your art integrated project and submit it on time. So children, see you. Bye.